Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Gabby Trades. Well, here we are. We have the CPI and PPI both released. So let's see what we can make out of this whole mess. But before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a breakdown. All right, so just before the opening bell for New York, we have the fresh economic data come in, and that signaled possible shift in the US economy with producer prices rising just 0.1% month over month in May. That missed pretty much the forecast, and I pretty much hinted at cooling inflationary pressures for us, you guys. However, we had jobless claims that added a little bit to the concern, with numbers coming at 248,000, which was slightly above expectation, while continuing claims are pretty much growing consistently since November 2021, and that's pretty much suggesting a strain in the labor market. Now, the combination of this soft landing, sort of soft inflation, signaling soft landing, whatever, and labor weakness, it really points out that there is uncertainty, there is mixed signals, and risks of slowing down pretty much. Now, on top of everything, we have geopolitical tensions. Of course, they're adding to the fuel in the fire, as we have raising fears of military escalation between Israel and Iran. This is pretty much driving investors and everyone into safe haven assets, right, such as gold, and that's pretty much reflecting the heightened uncertainty. This is pretty much the last thing we need right now to start any military actions such as that. But here we are, and it's pretty much reflecting in the market. As results, we have the major equity indices pulling back, bonds yields declining across the curve, pretty much signaling a strong shift into traders' mindsets, and everyone is bracing for geopolitical shocks at the moment, which is the last thing we really want to see right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of news. It's not very exciting, just as usual. News are very boring. In actually the least to say, pretty much. But let's see who's here first. We have Chris Doty, Anas, Chiefy, Samir J, Philip, Sugar Cookies here, Cryptoloft, Setsko, Diamond Eyes, Cloud Chaser. You guys, so happy to see you. Refero is also here. He just joined. And anyone that's new here, Maka, hello. Anyone that's new here, just pop in the chat and say hi, because I remember everyone, and we have become really, really good friends in this journey of trading and journey of learning how to trade, especially navigating the markets right now. It's an absolute mess, you guys. The good news is that my model works. Everything as per the model, if you follow it, it just works, but the problem is, if you're someone like me, sometimes you're like, you try to take a risks here and there, and like yesterday, I think that was one of the risks that I took. I think what did I do? I went long on like few outs, I think, as they were at a zone. Specifically, Sol was at a good zone, so I was like, let me try it in. It was a daily support, but actually it was more holding the 12-hourly supports, which was interesting to see. But we're gonna observe that together. How are you guys doing? How is Rockfish? Rockfish is, by the way, one of our pro traders, together with Dodi on Discord, which is still free for you guys to join. They're giving their signals, and you can also copy trade Rockfish if you wish to do so, which is a pretty cool offer in my opinion. So yeah, a lot of people are looking to copy trade. It's a thing that people are looking to do. All right, cool. I'm gonna move the screen. Hold on, why did I start moving everything? Yes, Sugar Cookies giving you guys the link if you want to join. Anyway, you guys start chatting in the yes, like the video, start chatting again, because the chat as usual just deletes. This is what it does on the setup, and we know that. So I'm gonna like just move my screens a little bit here to see a little bit better. Let me Just make sure you can see price. Yes, everything is here. Mark Bass, I love you. I love you too, mate. Oh, Mark Bass actually won. Was one of the winning people in the trading challenge, and he banked $100 out of that. Really proud of him. And we have two more winners that are probably not here today. How is my day going? Yeah, my day has been kind of like messy, to be honest, today. I was really looking forward to trade gold today, but it just didn't really give me an entry, just completely exploded. But we're gonna review everything together right now. Currently, I'm long Bitcoin and I'm also long Solana, and I'm like sweating, right? I'm like sweating because I was long last night. It didn't work. And today I really want to take a win, because it's like, why am I just, why am I doing this, right? It needs to make sense. So anyway, here we are, Bitcoin right now. Obviously, with the news, if we're gonna see if we're gonna see similar thing like tomorrow. But the good thing is that we were at the 4-hour support over here, and there is a pretty substantial reaction from the 4-hour zone on a lower time frame as well. The 1 hour is going to take a little bit longer to give us confirmation, but the 15 minutes so far is looking fine, right? All I want to do is the tap. I want to see the breaker block disrespected, and I want to see continuation a little bit. But obviously, to be honest, the way I'm going to approach this is very, very carefully, because we haven't really tapped into the 0.5, and all the model is telling me is just like, follow the model, follow the strategy, and that's it, right? Follow it. Sells from 0.786, and that's it. If you're bullish, you expect for price to bounce from 0.5. But all in all, we have support just before the 0.5, so I was willing to take that. And together, looking at Solana, it was pretty much the same thing, right? So yesterday I was long here at the support, and as soon as it was rejected, I was like, this is not a very good omen. I need to get out. So yeah, it was not very nice, but whatever. Here we are now today. Of course, you take the losses, and then, a lot of people are just like scared to come back in the market. But you need to understand that the losses are just part of everything, right? You can't be just winning 95% win rate. Like, I know a lot of people are doing it. In fact, I'm talking to one crypto mentor right now. He's from Bulgaria. He's like a huge OG in the markets, and he's developed his own personal footprint system, which is very cool. So I want to look into that and potentially adjust it into my trading, because to be honest, it's really like, especially when you're trading like equities and forex, to see the footprint is pretty much everything, right? You want to see the absorption of the buys, you want to see the absorption of sells, you want to see if there is any aggressors, you want to see if the bids are absorbing or if the asks are absorbing. It's pretty much very crucial, and I want to apply it a little bit to crypto and to see how that works. So I'm going to be looking into that over this weekend. Because it's valuable data, right? It's valuable data, and all we need is more and more data. However, I do say that you don't really need to be watching 1,000 things, but you need to have a model that works. And I have developed my own model that works for me, and you guys see it works for you as well, hopefully. And we're gonna do the course on it, of course, for everyone that's interested in it. And yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna do like a sort of like an 8-week mentorship for that, but we're gonna talk about that stuff. Let's focus on the markets now a little bit and see what's been happening. First of all, I was looking at the liquidations earlier today. So it seems like, we're stacked pretty much around 110. There is, a lot of liquidations over there in the 100 millions plus 134 million here at 111, almost 111.5 Bitcoin. That's on a weekly, obviously. And then we really don't want to be dropping down, right? We don't want to be dropping down. There is a lot of, substantial amounts of liquidation sitting in around 106K Bitcoin, but we want to see if if the zones are holding. Yes, our indicators are also giving the edge pretty much. I've been using them for years and they haven't failed me, to be honest. So yeah, so when I was referring earlier to the daily support here, so I tend to look at the higher time frame support, right? But there is no coincidence that I have the 12-hour time frame here in front of me, because I've also observed that the indicators are sometimes, specifically on crypto, the 12-hour time frame is somewhat more correct than the daily time frame. For some reason, don't ask me why, I don't know. If I dig into it, I'll probably find out. But anyway, so yeah, we had the resistance mark here. This is back from early May, even before that. I think this resistance slash support has occurred in January, so 13th of January, where we created that low and we bounced from it once, rejected and rejected again. So clearly, a very important level, right? For Sol, which is 100, what are we looking at? Around 168K. Sorry, $168. But so yeah, we basically pretty much lost that level right now, right? We were ranging, we lost the level. So now what I'm looking for with that trade is to come back to that level and retest it, right? We want to retest that level. But now, why am I going to have a little bit more confidence for upside on Solana? Well, the reason for that is because if we take a win here with that trade, it's moving good right now. If we take a win with that trade, right, it's going to be cool for the reason that we're going to be coming from the 0.5, right? And when we come from the 0.5, we know that the probability is going to be that we're gonna exit that range to the upside, right? This is what we're hoping for, right? There can be possibility where you come from the 0.5 and then you reject. It happens, but this is the 12-hour time frame. This is the range. So I think that rejecting from the 0.5 is going to be very, very positive. Why is the top of the drawn fib so low? What do you mean? You want it to be higher? Or I don't understand. Or maybe you're confused how I draw the fibs, potentially. That's probably it, I guess. So well, as you can see here, you have a range, and this is where you exit the range down here. You manipulate and then you you have a continuation down. So essentially this is the start of the price leg down here, and then the low is formulated here. Anyway, we're gonna teach these things in the course, so don't worry about that. You're gonna know how to draw these fibs. Of course, you have to use all the time frames and everything. So again, for Sol, there is a high. Why am I going to take profits up here? Because it's going to be the 0.786, right? I'm still positive that it's going to happen. We have a double, we have double tops here waiting to be taken. So I think that, if we reject from this area, I wouldn't like it at all, right? I wouldn't like it at all. I want to see what it does at the 0.5. And if it rejects further from here, the 154 is going to be a key area for me to hold. And then if that doesn't happen, oh boy, we're definitely coming down to catch our other trade, which is with $140 Solana entry. So that's it for Solana. I don't know what else to tell you. Let's look at the total 3 a little bit. We haven't been looking at the total 3, and I looked at it earlier today at this other Discord. So I was like, I want to show you guys my thoughts on it. So basically with the total 3, I had this liquidity marked up here, which is sitting at 1.13 trillion. So basically that was very clear, right? We smashed that liquidity, we rejected, came back, retested and rejected. So that was pretty much a very very substantial moment in December where you're like, okay, we're definitely going to top out. Which pretty much happened in January, right? We had a lower low here. So yeah, and then we completely smashed smashed everything, right? It went really bad, right? We're looking at total 3 right now, so that's excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, the thing about this chart is the way I'm looking at it, right? The way I'm looking at it, it's looking pretty fine to me. So at first observation, right? At first observation, even if I get rid of the indicators, right? What am I seeing, right? What am I seeing? I'm seeing a bullish leg, right? Yes, we're retracing back, but where have we retraced to? Well, have we retraced back to the previous range that's formed? Yes, we have, pretty much to the T. So that pretty much needs to hold from here. And the way that it's rejecting, in my opinion, is very bullish, right? To me, it's bullish. So from here, I really want to see sort of this move to the upside. Now let's take a look at the liquidity. So the drop, again, using the indicators, 12-hour, this is higher time frame. We've taken that high and then we started like reversing from it, right? We started reversing. Same idea over here on the lower time frame. You have a range, right? You have the explosive move to the upside. You create a lower low and then you slowly grind down until you tap back into that range, and then you should be now looking for higher prices. So whatever it does over here, right? It's pretty much of no interest because you are expecting higher prices, right? And to be honest, the tap over here is a bit too clean for me right now, right? You're mitigating a daily bullish fair value gap, which is higher time frame. You're tapping into a buy zone down here. It doesn't get cleaner than that, in my opinion, right? So in case things go south from here, of course, since we have the daily fair value gap, if we start dropping down, we know that we need to take now this low, but we are still going to be in a buy zone at that moment. So, all in all, if you're hodling, if you're whatever, this should be a buy from here, in my opinion. All right. Does that make sense? Green days are coming. Yes, the green days better come sooner than later because I'm honestly done with this. I am super done. I swear. I'm just like continuously being drawn to equities and like I want to see what forex is doing. I want to see what equities is doing because crypto is just like absolutely boring for me right now, okay, let's check on our trade, see what's happening. Yeah, it's doing quite well at the moment. That's fine. We're seeing the reaction that we want to see. What's happening with Bitcoin? Yes, potentially reaction that we want to see. So at least that's going to be, I think, a win for me today, which I'm very, very much looking forward to because I'm honestly bored. People with less than 5 years of trading and study, please don't do crypto channels. Okay, so Poker G13, who told you that I have less than 5 years experience, right? Are you here to just hate or something? Like, what's the thing? Waited for the whole Asian session. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, Poker G. Right? I also play poker, by the way. So the thing is, it doesn't matter if you have 5 years or if you have 7 years in the markets, you are still a baby, right? I've discussed my methods with like hedge fund managers. I've been invited, in fact, just before I started this, I'm not gonna go bad, but I was about to swear. Just before I started this YouTube channel, I was invited to start working at a hedge fund, so I don't know who you're talking to, my brother, okay? So relax. So anyway, regardless, moving on. What No, I don't explain myself, but it's just, it's funny for me that people, they're just seeing a girl and just thinking stuff. It just, it triggers me, Dottie. It triggers me. Let's have a look at ETH. Well, pretty much ETH didn't give me as well the entries that I wanted to. And like I said to you a few days in advance, that Solana is going to be the one giving the signals. It's not going to be ETH because ETH is very strong. And like I said to you from like a few days ago, My idea is that I want to position myself at the lower of the range here, right? Of course, when I'm high leverage, this is just not a great idea. But anyway, for anyone that's watching here, it's really important to see what happened over here, right? Just dissect a little bit the price action, right? So you're finding yourself at a very bullish price action, right? So what did we say about legs that are very bullish, right? We have three market structures, you guys, right? We spoke about it so many times. Like essentially, you'll have the market structure that is leg up, range, leg up, range, no pullbacks, and that's pretty much what we saw on Bitcoin for quite a bit until recently, right? We start pulling back recently. This is from since we started going up from like 70 whatever K it was. So this is the one market structure, right? And then you have the ranging market structure, right? And then you have trending market structure with pullbacks to pretty much the 0.5 of that bullish leg. This is both bullish scenarios, right? Same applies for bearish scenarios, whatever. So see, the thing is, right, Ethereum is so bullish right now. Ethereum is so bullish that, in my opinion, I am expecting to see a similar story here, right? I'm expecting to see range, initiation, accumulation, range, initiation. That's sort of the price action that I want to see. So that's why I said to you guys, I would rather position myself on ETH somewhere in the lower of the range. So to be honest with you, and this is again my mistake yesterday, to position myself on high leverage a little bit early down here, because you know it's just absolutely more than obvious that we have these lows over here, right? This is clear liquidity. This had to go, and I saw it, to be honest, but whatever. Isn't that the first time we have seen him? How can she even comment on your style? Yes, Samir J, I don't think we have seen that person, right, before. Poker G13. See, he's Poker G13. Maybe he doesn't have too much luck, you know. 13 is a bad number, isn't it? Maybe he doesn't have too much luck, so then he's just you know, interested to go around and hate on people. I don't know. Anyway, we're not concerning ourselves with any of that today. Yeah, I love it. Sometimes I love it, you know. Maybe he's 13 years old. Probably he's 13 years old. You know, actually, he's probably 13 years old, because lately I've been having a lot of people that are like, I don't know, 16 or something like that, just jumping in my Instagram and be like, hey, I'm a better trader than you. And I'm like, can you do your own laundry? Like, because honestly, trading is also trading is also like, it requires discipline. It requires a lot of mental capacity, right? I don't know. Anyway, not arguing with these kids nowadays. I don't have time. love the thing about the laundry. Crypto love. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like, yeah, they can't do their own laundry. They can't cook. They just whine. So they're here to whine. It's fine. Whatever. You know, actually, me and Crypto Love were talking about it. So I think what we're gonna do is, when we lock the Discords, we're gonna have our live streams just for ourselves. Like, this is also something that we might do, so then eventually we don't get little trolls like this. Number 13 is a transformational number. Maybe if they keep watching, they can learn to be a better trader too. It is a transformational number. It is, but I prefer my number. I'm an 8, right? Okay, we have парите от трейдинг са може би най-трудно спечелените лесни пари. That's so true. So see, Bori is saying that the money from trading are maybe the most hard earned easy money. I love that saying. That is actually so true. It is very hard. Yes, live stream for just the core group, then you can post clips to market. Yeah, probably. I think it's gonna be fine. It's gonna take some editing and stuff like that, which is of course like extra costs for everything. But I think I might do that, because why would I just not give you guys what I think privately on Discord? Instead of just blabbing here on YouTube and getting some 13-year-olds commenting on my style. Anyway, let's talk about Bitcoin dominance a little bit. So pretty much this is the mini range that we're seeing ourselves in for Bitcoin dominance, bearish range. So not too bad. Retraced a little bit too further for my liking, but that's also fine because we're rejecting right now and we want to keep rejecting from that range. So essentially this up here is the 0.786 on the higher time frame range, from which we rejected clearly, which is great because that was the high time frame range, a sort of point of interest for us. So that's the high time frame sort of interest point for us. And then on a lower time frame, this is the whole range here, which is bearish. So that's good news. It's not good news that we retrace all the way back to 0.786, because we know that when that happens, there is a slight possibility that we're going to bounce from the 0.236 and play around a little bit. But knowing that we're coming into July and we are hoping for a bullish bias in July in terms of alts and everything, we are hoping that we're going to see a substantial drop from here. You know what's going to be really good? If we start like consolidating around the 0.5 and then rejecting from it, that's going to give me a little bit more confidence that we're going to drop below the 62% on that dominance. Also, good news is that we have lots of liquidity to the downside on the dominance here. Again, using my indicators, they're available for every single person to get. All right. So, you know, the thing about this liquidity down here on the 12-hour is actually insane, because you want to essentially what everyone wants is for Bitcoin dominance to drop below 60%. Tell me if I'm wrong, please. Don't we all just want Bitcoin dominance to drop below 60%? Did I say 80? I don't know. So basically the idea is we want to see altcoin season. We want to see Bitcoin dominance drop below 60%. Now, the problem with the 60% is, and we will reach it, like there is no question, right? There is no question that's going to happen one way or another. Bitcoin maxis don't. Yes. Cloud Chaser, altcoin season is near. Gabby DGen section printing also 2x in 3 hours. Yes, you guys, if you join Discord, we have a DGen section with low caps. Dodgy is the absolute GOAT. I'm telling you guys, milk for everyone. Like, it's so good. We're getting like 2x's, 3x's, 5x's, 10x's. It's absolutely amazing. So let's go back here. Let's go back here real quick on the Bitcoin dominance. We want to see it below 60%. So the problem with this liquidity down here, it's a bit of a problem, right? Why is this liquidity a bit of a problem? Well, because it might post as support as well. So the thing is, once we reach down here, I have a feeling that everyone is going to be over the moon. Everyone's going to be super excited. And then we're going to get some sort of bounce around here to retest some levels potentially. And then continuation down. But obviously that's in for the future. But I'm preparing you guys from now that there will be some sort of bounce. Okay, wait one sec. Let me focus here. There is some Bulgarian going on. Gabi, къде мога да се свържа с теб, за да те попитам няколко въпроса за Discord-а ти? You can okay, so are you on Discord? If you're on Discord, you can open a ticket, right? Just open a ticket on Discord and then you can ask me any questions whatsoever. And if you are on Discord already and if you don't know how to open a ticket, just feel free to send a message. We actually have a dedicated Bulgarian group over there, so you can send a message over there in the group and I'll give you exactly the steps on how you can open a ticket and contact me. All right. Okay, cool. So are we all on the same page for for Bitcoin dominance. Are we on the same page for Bitcoin dominance, right? We want to see it drop below 60%. This is what we want to see. Firad is saying that he likes my hair up. That's so cute. You know why it's up? The news is because it's not washed. That's why I'm just trying to wash it as little as possible, because I live somewhere where the water is really salty and I have to like wash my hair and then I have to wash it again with mineral water. So it's like such a pain. But anyway, so yeah, we are all on the same page. Amazing. Great. Below 60%. And we're expecting to see some sort of rejection at 60% for a retrace, maybe to get even better entries on alts. Thanks for playing. Car Crypto is saying that. I like it. I'm going to steal that from Car Crypto, who is also on our Discord. And by the way, he's had the most profitable week out of all of us. And he's like sending all of his analysis over there. I cannot be more grateful for everyone that we have on the group, on the Discord server. All right, cool. Shall we look at Sol and how it's doing? Let's have a look at this short-term trade here. Today, are we going to take a win? Are we going to take a win today? All right, we're moving good. We're moving good. So, yeah, the thing is, okay, we had broken some levels, right? This is essential here. So we've broken the 158. So now I'm gonna expect some sort of retrace for continuation, but it's looking good so far, right? It's looking good. I don't think I'm going to even put my stop loss at break even because it's the 0.5, so we might see some surprises. All right, while we're here, shall we look at gold? That's pissing me off. Gold is pissing me off so bad because I didn't get tagged. Look at it, you guys. This is just, again, my bad, 1000%. Look at the chart, right? All my orders stacked down here because I was waiting for a bigger pullback. Liquidity up here, of course, is going to take it right now. Now, the thing is, yesterday when we were trading here, I was like, I have two options, right? One option is to take a trade from the 0.5 straight up, but I was a little bit greedy on the risk to reward and my stop loss needed to be quite substantial. So essentially, I probably needed to risk around $1,000 to get into that trade, which I didn't want to do. So because of that, of course, I'm not in, and now all of this is pretty much invalidated. But from up here now, I'm potentially going to look for some sales. Let's see how this whole thing goes. But yeah, definitely, as you can see, we had that liquidity marked for a couple of days now. This week, that was the target for gold. So target for gold is achieved, and or it will be achieved shortly. So we need to make sure that we find some sort of sales around here. I think that would be perfect, and I might get rid of the limits. This is so annoying, but again, it just like showcases you how the model works perfectly, right? It's just follow the model and you don't need to think for yourself, right? But I just got greedy because I could have entered here with, I don't know, 2 lots or whatever, and then made, I don't know, $1,000, but no, I wanted more. So I wanted $3,000. I didn't just want 1,000, and now I got nothing. It is what it is. Let's have a look at NASDAQ real quick. So, you know, the big question over here is, is everything going to come as planned? Are we going to come up and take the liquidity as we've planned on NASDAQ, or are we just going to be left with a finger in our hands and then price is going to retrace? This is my fear for NASDAQ, to be honest with you, because we're just hairs away from all-time high. So are we going to hit it or not? But anyway, essentially the idea was that we had the sell zone over here, traded through. So now, what did we say yesterday? Now that's a breaker block, right? Because price traded through it. So essentially what you want to see is you want to see price trade through it, and you want to see the candle retrace back into it, to retest it and reject it, which is pretty much what we're seeing today with this price action over here. So things are looking good-ish so far, right? Let's just hope for the best, because I really need my wins today. Let's check on Bitcoin real quick. This is lower time frame. We might just also get rid of the indicators for like this is 10-minute. We can move on 15-minute. Zoom in a little bit to see. Yeah, it's going all right so far. It's going all right. Solana is a bit stronger, so yeah, we're having just sort of like a first mini internal break of structure. We want to see more moves to the upside to break this structure. And then of course, this range here is going to be very, very telling if this is true or not. So if we start dropping from here, it might be a retrace. It might be to just take us out of that trade. So it's not, you know, nothing is 100%, unfortunately. What else do we need to look at? Do we need to look at anything else? I think that's it for today, you guys. That's it. So long Solana, long Bitcoin, and I'm pretty sure that these ones were good calls today. You see, one thing is, like, when I'm taking trades just before going to bed is absolutely bad. Rafero, you're on Discord, right? So we can look at Aave on Discord. And any other requests. And again, you guys, next time, okay, yeah. So again, one more thing, right? Next week we're gonna have 2 streams running, I think, before I get organized with the new place that I'm going to stream and everything. Yeah, Firat, I'm not sure if you've joined. Go have a look. But anyways, you guys, what else? I think that's it. We don't have anything else to talk about unless you wanna chat something. I'm all down for it. You know, tomorrow I'm visiting one brokerage, so I'm gonna try and make more reels for you guys. I think that's gonna be fun. I have my new camera. Remember, I still haven't used it. I feel like this week has been a bit useless in terms of that. Just chasing trades and with this horrible price action. What exercises do you like in the gym? Bulgarian split squats. Squats in general, like, you know, but not with the bars and stuff. I'm just trying not to make my quads big because I used to have a lot of muscles. Actually, I used to look like a troll, a little troll. Not anymore. When are your sessions with the other channel? I think for now we're probably gonna do it Tuesday and Thursday, so we're gonna see each other here on Monday and Wednesday for sure. But then, yeah, as soon as I'm adjusted, we're gonna bring all the streams together back to 4 a week over here. You guys will know, by the way. You guys will be the first ones to know. And yeah, that's it. Tomorrow, probably we'll try to record some reels. I also have a social media team that's gonna help me out on the weekend, hopefully. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. Oh, fun stuff, you guys. Definitely fun stuff. Best of luck to you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on Discord. Make sure you join while it's free, right? Make sure you join while it's free, because we are definitely going to lock it very, very soon. If I'm going to go back in on the retest, well, to be honest, no, I don't think. I think I'm fully exposed in that trade so far, so I don't think I'm going to yeah, I don't think I'm going to retest. All right, to jump on the retest, because I think I'm fully exposed by now, so I'm gonna see it play out. All right, everyone, you're the absolute best, and I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I shall see you guys in the next one, which is, of course, next week, Monday. So I'll see you on Discord Friday. Okay, bye.